Welcome to the Buck Brief. Let's talk about DNC Day 2. We have three of the biggest lies that are told about Kamala Harris. The centerpiece, really, of the DNC is just all the lies about Kamala. And then a little bit of a talk of the speakers who are the big event in night two, including, of course, Barack and Michelle Obama. So we shall dive into this, my friends, together. Let's start with the three big lies. This is central to the entire DNC. This is really what the whole propaganda exercise is all about. We'll start with the first lie. And I think you could put these in any particular order. I think you could argue which is which. First lie is that she is popular. Now, I understand that she's the nominee and will get a lot of votes. That does not actually mean that Kamala Harris, as a national level Democrat, is popular, even among other Democrats. She is their only option. She is what was left after the Biden reelection campaign ran into a brick wall at 100 miles an hour with a senile guy driving, going, "I thought I was going the speed limit." He wasn't. Not a joke. Not a joke, as Biden loves to say. It's not hyperbole. It's not hyperbole. This guy yells this all the time. What's wrong with him? No one thinks it's hyperbole. He'll be like, it's 72 degrees outside. That's not hyperbole. Yeah, we know, Joe. Time for a nap and a sippy cup. No, Kamala Harris is not popular. This is a lie that they have to present to not only the American people in general, but specifically to Democrats. This is the least Democrat process we have seen in a long time, because Joe Biden won the primary, as we know, and now Kamala Harris is being elevated as though she is the chosen one by the people. She is not. She has been chosen from the AstroTurf side of things, not the grassroots. She has been chosen by the Pelosi, Schumer, Obama wing of the Democrat Party, or really the leadership of the Democrat Party. That's who really calls the shots. That's who's actually in charge. So that's lie number one, that she's popular. She is not. It doesn't mean that she won't get all the Democrats to vote for her. She will, but I'm just saying people don't actually like her. Number two, biggest lie about Kamala Harris, that she is capable. Capable of doing what exactly? She was the border czar and was terrible at it. Wasn't able to even explain what her role was. Said that she went to the border, we all remember, with Lester Holt, and she hadn't actually been to the border. So that's not a good way to get going with it. She has done what well as vice president? It was a consensus point among Democrats until last month, till July of 2024, that Kamala Harris was a drag on the Biden ticket, that she was so incompetent. Never mind, unlikable. We already talked about lie number one, that she's popular, that she was so incompetent that they had to think about maybe replacing her as Biden's vice president for reelection purposes. And we're supposed to forget about all of that. We're supposed to forget that they even recognize the objective reality that this is not a woman who is good at anything other than being a minority woman Democrat who does what she's supposed to do to get ahead in the Democrat machinery. That is it. Her only skill set is the propagation of Kamala's career in politics. She has nothing to point to as a senator that is worthwhile. Didn't co-sponsor any bills or has no legislation that was some great idea that passed, or even some big idea for Democrats that was communist in nature, but at least she passed it, right? Doesn't have that. Does not have a record of success as attorney general in California. In fact, supported the very degenerate law, or really undoing of the laws that has resulted in all the theft. They basically decided that crime and drugs were no longer crimes in California. It's been terrible. There aren't that many shootings in California, but there are different reasons for that. There are different reasons. It has nothing to do with gun control. There's a lot of crime, not a lot of shootings. These are different things. And it's because the crime has been effectively decriminalized. And Kamala was a big part of that. So she is not capable. And when you think about this, she's going to be in charge of as commander-in-chief, military policy around the whole world, really, but in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Kamala Harris is going to sit across a table from Vladimir Putin and try to bend him to her will, rather. No one takes that seriously, right? That's absurd. Kamala Harris is going to outthink Xi Jinping. That's not going to happen. So she is not capable of being a successful president. She does not have the skill set. She is not particularly bright. And I mean, for a politician, a lot of politicians aren't that bright, but she's on the lower end. She's a bottom third politician in terms of her mental acuity and cognitive level. She's just not very smart. Okay, I mean, there are dumber politicians, but she's not very smart. And then, by the way, Joe Biden was not smart. So I know Democrats are used to this. Joe Biden's not smart. Is Kamala smarter than Joe Biden? That's interesting. I'm forcing myself into a tough question here. Well, hold on. I'll give you my answer to that, and then we'll get to the third Kamala lie here in just a second. But, week after week, I can just see the news cycle getting crazier and crazier as we're getting ready for this election. I want you to be informed and have great analysis that you can draw upon on politics, current events, and the markets, economics. That's why I have started a newsletter, an e-newsletter, with Wide Moat Research and my brilliant econ partner, markets expert partner, Brad Thomas. So we're going to be putting out this e-newsletter each week, and it's free. All you have to do to sign up for this is go to theurgentmessage.com. It is totally free for you to sign up for this. It is free for you to get this week after week. I'm writing this. We did Elon Musk and the Elon Musk factor in this election this last week. The week before that, we did my assessment of Trump and the polls. This week, what are we going to do? Well, you got to sign up to know. Go to theurgentmessage.com. Again, I'm telling you about a free e-newsletter that I'm writing, partnering with Brad Thomas of Wide Moat Research to bring you insights, analysis. It's really good stuff. Theurgentmessage.com. Again, that's theurgentmessage.com. Please sign up today. Is Kamala smarter than Biden? Yes, I think she is smarter than Biden. I have to be honest about that. Biden is a particularly odious dumbass. Kamala's smarter than Biden, but she's not very smart. Okay, because Biden is probably the second dumbest senator from when he was a senator. I know he's vice president, not president. Mazie Hirono, I think, is the dumbest United States senator, which is remarkable. But she's so dumb. Hawaii is such a beautiful place with such bad politics. Like, what is wrong with? I guess they live in paradise, so they don't understand reality. Anyway, and then the third lie about Kamala Harris is that she is joyful. Joyful? What has been joyful about this woman who they have been hiding from the public for years as vice president? She does not inspire joy in people. What is joyful about her? She certainly can't see eye to eye with parents. She's never had kids, so that is not a joy that she has an understanding of. And that's, people can choose not. I'm not trying to go all J.D. Vance here. People can choose not to have kids. That's fine. But I'm just saying, why would you describe Kamala Harris? What about her or her life has been joyful? What about her inspires joy? In fact, we know from, and I think this is a better indicator of whether or not she's a nice person, whether or not she's joyful than anything else you can think of the 50 some odd people who worked for her in the vice president's office since she started. 5 are left. Now you could say, oh, but there must be a lot of turnover. No. A lot of those jobs are not well paid. People do them because they open doors and it's great for the resume and it's considered very elite to be working in the White House, working for the vice president at the Naval Observatory, whatever. That you have so many people leave. And the reports are that she's abusive and nasty. And she's abusive and nasty because she's not very smart and she doesn't prepare. And then she blames staff. This is who we're told is joyful? She also has a horrible voice. A horrible voice. Let's just be honest about it. She is not charming. She is not charismatic. And she is not very nice. Joyful? This is anti-truth. It's not just untrue. It's the opposite of true. And that is what you get with Kamala Harris. We'll talk about a little preview here. Some of you will be listening to this after the DNC speeches tonight, but a little preview here on the second day of the DNC. The Obamas are speaking. We'll talk about it. But first, from Bear Creek Arsenal, our sponsor in this segment, hunting season is rolling in. As you get ready to explore the great outdoors and get that trophy buck, look no further than Bear Creek Arsenal for your next firearm. With calibers as rare as the versatile 6mm ARC and the power-packing punch of the 30-06, the innovative people working at Bear Creek Arsenal have perfected the balance of outstanding gunsmithing and affordable products. Whether you're hunting small game or deer hunting, they have all the firepower you'll ever need. Need new information on new calibers and comparisons? They have a packed blog and in-depth videos that answer any question you can think of. Remember, you can save even more when you use my name, Buck, as your promo code at bearcreekarsenal.com. That's bearcreekarsenal.com, promo code Buck. Tonight the Obamas are. Let me see who else is in the mix here. They got the Obamas. Governor Pritzker, if he can put down his multiple ham sandwiches long enough to speak. Senate Majority Leader. I know. I shouldn't. But Pritzker's so gross. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, from New York, from my home state. Bernie Sanders of Vermont. He's going to be up there and he's going to be talking about the millionaires and the billionaires and the need to have them pay their fair share because we are not an oligarchy. We need to become a country of the middle class. And, I could do Bernie's speech for him. I could do Bernie's speech for him right now. And then we got the Obamas speaking, which the most powerful brand in Democrat politics still. They're gonna say that they love Kamala Harris. I don't believe them, but who cares? They're gonna say whatever. They're lying. Everyone's lying about Kamala. It's like lie week for Kamala Harris. Everyone's just lying all the time. Anyway, that's how we're gonna end today. More coming tomorrow. Shields high.